Hello, everybody, for our Wednesday night podcast live on all the Quest channels. I hope everybody had a good Curse of Oak Island program last night. And tonight, joining me is Judy from Canada. Hello, Judy.
Hello, John. Hi, everybody. Good to be here as always, guys. And I think we have a lot to discuss tonight.
Yep, we'll say hellos. And Joanne, I tried to look for you on the Quest of Oak Island at AOL.com last night to get in contact with you. You haven't emailed that address yet. So there's for Joanne right off the bat. Here's Joanne and Gloria and Caroline. Retest tomorrow, Caroline. Still full beat. Stomach is way off, but I give it my all. Hello, Ray R. Hello, Tammy. Hope you're doing okay. Everybody's got you in your prayers. The whole team is behind you. Take care now.
Hi, Tammy. Hang in there, girl.
Hello, Darlene. Does everybody hear me and see me and hear Judy okay? Hello, BC. The professor, very good articles the professor's got on the Quest of Oak Island. If it's not the coin, it's the Viking stone. Thank you so much, Daniel. $10 Ray in the house. Judy Neal in the house. Hello, Curtis. Jeff M. He keeps on reminding me, please subscribe if you can. It's free. Please like the podcast if you do. I thank you so much. Thank you, Gloria. Here's from Tammy. Thank you, John, and hi, Judy, and everyone. I really appreciate you all so much. No problemo. Hello, Lori. How are you? There's Ashley. Feel like junk. What can I tell you? I'm very susceptible to sinuses, besides nerve pain in my neck and back, but sinuses I always have. And I guess this COVID goes after your weak points. I don't have no weak points. But as you get older, I guess it just, to me, it's going into my sinuses, and the medicine I'm on is affecting my stomach. So day of 14, guys, and everybody else has different symptoms of bad headaches, nauseated. So it got me, and I'm the safest guy you can imagine. But if it got to me, it'll get to anybody, Judy.
Yes, John, that's for sure. And I didn't think it would get to me either, but it did. But luckily, I was not near as sick as you.
Yep, here's Doug W., our comedian. He corrects me up on some of the statements he makes.
Those are good to have around.
Yep. Retest tomorrow, Ashley. Call the doctor's office again and go back right to whiskey. Hello, Kurt. Very good, Kurt. All right, let's say my hellos to my supporters. You know, you guys, I always do that. Yeah, Jackie. Hello, Anthony. My YouTube supporters. Every time I come on live, just if you want to reel it up quicker, not to hear this repeatable, but you guys are the group. You make the group. And I always have time to have shout outs for you guys. That's why I do it, Judy.
Yes, John. And I know you're thankful to everyone out there, and I am too. Keep her up, guys.
Yep. Our YouTube supporters, the Knights, the Captains, the Marshals, and the Masters. I want to thank Noah and the Pirate and Dina and Caroline and Virginia and the other Barbara and the other Barbara and Starlene and A Person and Jeff M., Curtis, Jana, Kelly, Becky, Josh, Mark, $10, Roxy, Jazz D, and Wayne for all their support. Also, all the Templar Knights, I thank you so much. And some of the Knights are going from $2.99 a month, Judy. Some of them are even going up to the $4.99 a month. We're getting somewhere, I
Oh,
hope.
that's great. That's great.
And I want to thank
Good for them.
Judy Live. She always helps out no matter what, Judy. I thank you so much as I got you on the phone. Thank you.
You're very welcome as always.
And to Daniel, the Professor Spino, who's just got a ton of information. And boy, oh boy, guys, I'm going to do a little thing on what he did for the coin on the Quest of Oak Island tonight. But you got to join that group, our group, and see his opinions and theories on what's being presented on the weekly basis. Daniel, I thank you so much. I thank you 1,000 times over. And also, I want to thank our Osprey Muyan. Thank you so much. I hope we have another season in 2023. You know, as we do have permission to drone. So it's all good and fine with me. It's all good and fine with the fellowship. So fly, baby, fly. Holy Muyan.
We'll look forward to that for sure.
I want to thank my moderators. You got Tammy, who's the veteran. You got Judy, Daniel, Starlene, Michelle, Kathy, BC, and Tanya from Portugal, and our lifetime contributor, Chris Dona. I want to thank my main members, like I do every time I'm on at the Quest of Oak Island Facebook group, all 70,000 of you guys, my YouTube channel, also the people on Twitter and Rumble, and also to our Anchor Audio podcast, Judy, on Apple and Google and Pandora. Judy, I think we're only about 400 plays away from 20,000 plays.
Wow. Wow, that is just great. Thanks, everybody.
And of course, last night's show was a lot to be desired, a lot of lot 5, surface finds. Everything's about 12 inches deep. I wish we can go deeper, but I guess they got to scan that island on lot 5 up, Judy.
Yes, I think so, John. They got a lot of work to do yet.
Hello, David. Yup, Glory. I got the flyover video from August. And now we know what next week is, Judy.
Yes.
Season 10, episode 9 is called A Damning Clue, which that German guy that does the 3D scanning, I got it in the screenshots, we'll discuss him later, that they're looking at the north end of the swamp, which they should have done in the beginning. Well, is there a wall there blocking the swamp? Is there a wooden structure blocking the swamp? Is there a stone wall? Is there something not natural for that swamp to go through both islands? You know what I mean, Judy?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't understand why they've never looked there earlier. I'm anxious to find out what's there.
You know what I'm thinking, Judy?
What's that?
That if we do find sort of an ancient wall or old coffer dam type of deal that's not natural, then they block that short end of the swamp, right?
Right, exactly. And then we'll know there were 2 islands.
They scanned a lot, Luann. We saw the scanner, the 3D scanner on last night's program. So they made a couple of passes. They went, 4 feet, 4 feet, 4 feet, 4, maybe about 16 feet into the beach, going into the swamp, looking for this wall or where they're damming up, if it's a dam up thing, on the swamp. Hello, Carol. So that was pretty interesting.
It was. I was surprised.
And I'll show you a couple of pictures of they were saying that coin. And then next week's episode, it was they dated it to 300 BC, and the professor had a great write up on it on our Quest page. And I'll show you some pictures of the coin, which is, sideways, to the left, to the right, and flat. And then we'll get into the synopsis, Judy.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, here's a picture of the Roman coin they found on Lot 5. And this is from the professor, Daniel Spino. Like I'm saying, Judy, a lot of people from YouTube don't go to Facebook, and Facebook don't go to YouTube. But some of this information, I like to give little tidbits out there. Hello, Eric. That this is the kind of information we have on our group, Judy.
Yes. And I know that people look forward to reading it, John.
Yep. Hello, Dan. This is from Daniel Spino, our professor, our historian. Some of his thoughts on the coin that was found in last night's episode, according to the preview of next week's show. It appears that the coin was thought to be Roman with the possible date of 300 BC. Daniel wanted to provide some historical background for that time period to help explain what was going on in 300 BC. Bronze coins were produced in small quantity, and the inscription, like a PQMAIQN, in Naples for the Roman Republic. They were used to facilitate trade through the construction of the Appian Way. The Roman Republic was at war with other Italian factions within the Italian peninsula at the time, and they had not yet become the Roman Empire. So this is just part of what Daniel has on this coin. Please go to our group. This is the one that's split in half, Tammy. And this is a couple of pictures turned around of this coin and what it looks like that I'm showing them, Tammy. Trying to find some kind of inscription on it or something, but I really can't make anything out, Judy. What about you?
No, I haven't been able to either, John. And Tammy, it is dark in color with a little few brownish marks on it. So that's what it looks like.
Yes, David. On the dam part, I guess they had some wood that had oil on it. And some people asking me, why is there oil on wood buried in the swamp? Could be two things. One person said, well, they could have doused the ship with oil and set it on fire. Or it's a preservative, like a waterproofing that they put on the wood so it won't rot. Yeah, Lori, they want to dig it up to get the testing of the wood. You know what I mean? Even though the scanning shows, that's why they want to dig to get the carbon dated testing, right, Judy?
Right, yes.
I thank you, Daniel, for this post you put on the page. I mean, the group. And here's something he found.
It will be interesting, John, to see what the fellowship comes up with as to whether it's Roman or not.
Yep. Hello, Gary. Thanks for coming in. And here's something the professor found as a Roman widow's mite size bronze coin between 50 BC and 40 AD. Just a little comparison. And Daniel, again, I thank you for this information to show the group and now to show the world that we mean serious business here.
Yes, the whole world is listening, John.
Yep. We don't horse around in this channel. Hello, Henry. Hope everything's good. And I got a couple of things that drove me crazy. Hello, Scott. Let me get this off, Judy.
Okay.
I got one thing that was bothering me all night long. It has to do with the 27-foot wide by 12-foot high. One member said, well, that's what they're calling the blob for the week after, but that void or It's not a shaft. It's a cave, they called it. It drove me crazy, Judy. I'll tell you why it drove me crazy.
I'd like to know why it drove you crazy.
Yeah, but just put that in the back of your mind. When they showed that, I got the chart. I got it all scaled, what they showed, what Steven showed, with the big void. It looks like the Lincoln Tunnel. You know me, Johnny, I was going crazy. BC. What does BC say?
Daniel's article was excellent. I wonder if it could be part of St. Lawrence's treasury. So I don't know, and I don't know about St. Lawrence's treasury either. So thank you, BC.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Dina. All right. We're 5-10 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're doing good. What does Darlene say?
John, I have to say that every time that I am on and I say hello, you always say hello back. This is such a nice thing to do. I thank you, John. I know what she's saying. I know they like that.
Yep. Hello, Gary. Yeah, the group is you guys. Without you guys, men and girls and whatever, we're a team together. You know, some people are private. Hello, Oscar. And this is what it's all about. It's not having somebody on and they're saying, I got to sell this book. I'm selling that book, and this is my theory, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, once in a while it's okay. But I love the interaction, especially on Discord, when we actually talk to each other on the phone, sort of. It's through the internet, but there's no texting. Maybe they show a picture or something, but it's all vocal. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yeah, right, John. And it is fun, and you get to know everybody a little bit better.
Yeah, but some people want their privacy. I understand that. They just sit back and watch because we didn't have 1 million people in Discord. If that happened, we'd be in big trouble.
It would get a little bit confusing.
All right, Judy, let me get your picture up. How's your voice tonight? Because I'm losing it.
I can hear that. Mine's a little bit rough tonight too, guys. So I hope I can get through this okay without coughing.
All right, take your
time.
time.
Be the weather.
Yep, take your time. If you got to stop halfway, whatever, we understand. Let me get your picture up.
Okay.
Let me find it first. Okay, Judy, season 10, episode 8, the Synopsis Professional. You're on to the world, Judy. When you're ready, go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much, John. And right at season 10, episode 8 already, guys. And to be desired. It's a new morning on Oak Island, and the team is in the war room with geophysicist Jeremy Church from Eagle, Canada, as he presents to them the data results from his tests in the northern part of the swamp. He found many metal anomalies, and one in particular looks like it could be a metal box and is just above the eye of the swamp. In the early 1960s, Oak Island caretaker Jack Adams saw a metal box in the swamp. And in 1969, Fred Nolan drained the swamp, hoping to find the box. Fred was unable to find it. Tom Nolan states that he believes this story to be true. It was at this time Fred found what he thought to be pieces of a ship and concluded there must be a ship buried here. Tom then tells them that his father also found what he believed to be a wall or dam at the northern tip of the swamp, leading him to believe that the swamp was man-made and connected two separate islands. The team decides to do more testing to identify the targets in order to get permits to dig. Later that afternoon, the team is in the Money Pit area lowering the sonar scanner down borehole L15, hoping to determine the size of the cavity or cave found last week. At 150 feet 6 inches down, they see an opening and enter the cavity. The sonar shows material like wood nearby, along with many linear lines. Steve will now process the data so they can decide what to do next. The next morning finds Tom, Peter, and ground-penetrating radar expert Stefan on Lot 10 at the northern tip of the swamp, looking for any signs of a wall or dam that Tom believes his father once found. Stefan will process the data, then present it to the team. Later that afternoon, all the team has been called to the war room as Rick and Marty have a big announcement. Marty does the honors and tells the team that they have bought Lot 5 that was owned by Robert Young for over 20 years. Robert died in 2020, enabling Rick and Marty to buy Lot 5. The team is excited to have a new area in which to hunt, and Gary can't wait to get the coil to the soil. Robert Young did find many artifacts on Lot 5, including tools, buttons, and coins. Later that day, Rick, Laird, and Gary arrive on Lot 5, remove the no trespassing sign, and the metal detecting begins. Rick digs up what Laird thinks is an old chisel. A few minutes later, Rick digs up another chisel, just like the first one, just inches away. Since there was never a home or a farm here, they wonder what these tools are doing here. Rick returns to the war room where the team is getting the sonar results from borehole L15. Steve tells them the test shows the cavity to be 27 feet long and 12 feet high. Dan Hensky points out he has never seen a cavity in limestone, so he believes the cavity has to be man-made. Who put it there? In 1897, William Chappell found what he thought was the vault in this spot. In 1937, a Mr. Hedden put another shaft down, hoping to find the Chappell vault. He had no luck. Could the fellowship have just found the vault? The team decides that any more drilling here could damage the cavity, so they will wait for a large sonar scanner to arrive before testing further. It's morning on Lot 5, and as the metal detector goes off, Rick digs up what Gary declares, as he jumps up and down, is a very old coin. It is a half coin with good patina, and Gary says it is hammered, which was the way all the very first coins were made. It could be 500 years old. Gary and Rick immediately take the coin to the interpretive center to show it to Laird and Emma. Gary tells Laird he has never seen this pattern before, and Laird agrees it is a very old cut coin with great patina. Emma puts it in the XRF machine, and it determines the coin is made up of copper, tin, iron, and a bit of arsenic. Rick asks if this is arsenical bronze, and Laird says yes. It dates as early as the 1500s, 2 centuries before the finding of the money pit. Gary found a coin 2 months before on Lot 7, which dates around the same time. They call Marty and tell him the good news, and he declares, "Go back and find some more. And another week ends on Oak Island. Could it be Lot 5 will lead the team to the treasure? Stay tuned next week, fellow acorns. And in the meantime, stay safe, please.
Very, very good.
Thank you, John.
Yep. Thank you so much. As you know, it'll be in print on our Quest of Oak Island Facebook page and in the community tab for the people on YouTube to read at their leisure. Very, very good. Good night, Ray.
Thanks, everybody.
Just fantastic on a weekly basis. Unbelievable.
Oh, I love it, John. I do. I love writing it.
All righty, let me get your picture off of here, Judy. Everybody's giving you a thumbs up. Great job.
They are. I am reading here, guys, and my heart is just jumping around here. I love you all.
All righty. Remember that dimension, 27 feet wide and 12 feet high. That got me going crazy. I'm going to read what Tammy says here, Judy.
Yeah, she says, amazing as always, Judy. I love hearing the entire show because I missed some things during the show. So thankfully, Tammy, it helps you. I'm so pleased about that.
All righty, let me get some pictures up of the show. Ready, guys, for screenshots?
We're ready, John.
Before my voice goes out the door. Okay, here we go. Here's the first image they got from that raft that they were in the swamp, Judy.
Right. Very interesting.
Let me see here. As they were in the war room, the reds are the higher hits. Well, don't forget, these guys were with the seismic testing also. Remember, Judy?
Yes, they were. Eagle Canada, right?
Eagle Canada. That's what it was called, right?
Yes.
And I even remember Eagle Canada, when they did a test around the money pit, they used the Halifax tunnel to make sure everything was working. So they know where the Halifax tunnel is, because when they first started doing the money pit, seismic-wise, they showed the Halifax tunnel. Did you know that?
Oh, I don't know if I knew that, John.
Yep.
But that's interesting.
Okay, Jackie. Take care of yourself. And if you guys didn't know, this Jack Adams box is supposed to be a metal box that was buried in the swamp. By who, by what, I have no idea.
I can't help but wonder why at the time he saw it, he wasn't able to get it out. Too big, maybe?
Yeah. The Halifax tunnel was dug. When was that, Daniel? The early 1900s. And this is the caretaker, Jack Adams, and his family on the island. And when he was probing the swamp and struck what was described as a mystery box. You just go and retrieve it. You'd think you would mark the location down or whatever, but I have no information on that, Judy.
Right, John. And it could have moved since then, too.
Oh, sure. The Halifax Tunnel was in the Money Pit area. Unfortunately, he was unable to determine just what it was when they put that little platform on in the swamp and were poking around in there.
Okay.
Way back when. Okay, guys. Now, this is number one that got me crazy. This picture, Tammy will like this. Is everything that Fred Nolan found and tagged are in a shed someplace.
Oh. Wonder if that's on the island.
So you see the paperwork on the right on the wall. You see it, guys?
Yes.
And you see all the stakes that he's got marked and tagged. You see them stacked up like wood.
Yes, Tammy, to the right, there is a wall with a lot of papers that are hooked to the wall. And then laying in front of that are what we think are stakes and other things that he has found. And they're all tagged.
Why haven't we seen this before, Judy?
I don't know, John. That's a new one to me.
I have no idea, Luann. This is the first picture I have seen of staked objects and labeled objects found by Fred Nolan in a building, stacked and labeled. Has anybody else seen anything like this?
Well, Lori suggests that maybe they just got access to it. But I can't see Tom keeping that from them.
Right. They're just showing us. I mean, they must have had access of this for years now since he's been passed away. But I'm saying we're finally getting access to it. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's good to see it.
So, Scott, I don't know what's going on. So this made me scratch my head also. When I saw it, I said, hey, look at all these, could be fence posts, stakes, surveying stakes that they used. They're all labeled. And he plotted all this stuff. So this would all be on a Fred Nolan's map, Judy.
Right. Okay. Yes, it would be.
But I thought it very strange to all of a sudden show us, the viewers, this shot, because I'd never seen it before. So I wanted to pass it on to you guys.
Well, I'm glad you did, John, because I missed it altogether.
That's why I'm here, Judy. That's why I'm here.
It is. When I'm taking notes, sometimes I miss a picture.
So I was looking for more than, it looks like just a swamp area or stakes, but I couldn't really see anything more than the wooden stakes, guys. You know how me, I got to zoom in, I got to look for markings. So, hello, Benzaib. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right. Yes, you do. Every little inch of it you go over well. Yes, Tammy Hurst. I think some of Tom Nolan's or Fred Nolan's things are in the Welcome Center on the island.
Yep, I'm not sure though. We don't really know what his stuff is and Dan's stuff is, if it is even separated, Judy.
Yeah, and that may be too, John.
We have no idea. I've asked that question a million times. What's in the museum? Everybody's stuff? Or does Fred Nolan have a separate place that he had? We know he had the old museum where the across the causeway bought it. That's his old museum.
Okay, right.
But wherever he placed all his artifacts, I have no idea where they are. Yep, all the files are in Dan's basement still, and it's all digitalized. I talked to a higher up. All the information in Dan's basement has been digitalized.
Wow.
As far as all of Zena's stuff and all the information Rick has in the trailer, I don't know. They just couldn't find it, Wade. Unable to find it. The blue was when the levels were much lower as they're heading up towards the eye of the swamp. As Fred's son says, yep, awful close to the eye of the swamp.
I keep thinking about the Mercy Point being just above the eye of the swamp, John.
Yeah, I hear you. And here's the hole L15. We're going to drop the sonar in there to see that big void. And Chuck says there may be already known if there's a treasure, etc., but we have to wait until they get there. Yeah, Chuck, we don't know. Holy Muyan! We're waiting for Muyan. But I'm thinking now, in my civil engineering brain, but only the information they let us know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they don't tell us. But into information I know, it's time to get out of the money pit and look in a different area. My only opinion is if it's underneath the bedrock, like coming in from the swamp or coming in from the shoreline, that's a different opinion. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right, I agree, John. Yeah, I think it's time to concentrate more on lot 5, 6, 7, and 8 in that area.
Mm-hmm. Then we got that well in the back of Samuel Ball's lot. We got that well to look at. Then on lot 8, we got that 100 by 150 foot anomaly that we got to look at. We got a lot of stuff to look at yet here.
We do.
But you got to wait for permits, Judy, and the permits take forever, I guess. But I thought they would have a better understanding of permits when the premiere was up there. I thought they would get some heads up or a little bit faster, but it doesn't seem that way, does it?
It does not. I was hoping the same.
And Tammy says, does anyone think they'll get the shaft rebuilt or done this year? Tammy, this went through my mind too also, Judy, that my mind was really lit up last night. It must be this medicine I'm on. I must have COVID brain. Tammy, listen to me. Group, members, the world, listen to me. We can't even get the rebuilt shack of the rest stalls back on the beach. Think about that. They rebuilt that shack that was on the beach to watch all of the equipment, Judy.
Okay,
It was all rebuilt. It's all done. And we can't even get that to be positioned on the beach. So what does that tell you?
Right. So will they get the garden shop done then?
I mean, it's all they got to do is put the shack on a trailer, haul it out to the beach where it's supposed to be, GPS it with Steve, and this is the Restall shack right here. Nope, we can't even get that done. So I sort of shake my head. I don't know about coronation on the island, but I'm starting to shake my head and sort of scratch my head. Maybe it's not TV worthy, but it'd be a good clip to see, don't you think, to put the shed back in the original position it was in, Judy?
It would be, John. I'm wondering, though, would it stand up to the elements as well as if it was in the tree area?
Well, no, they won't. They'll just have to rebuild it again. If it's out there in where it's supposed to be with no trees, that's where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Now, Kathy lost her audio, but Kathy, we're not getting any more other complaints. So it must be just you.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking about that too. So that would be a simple job, but I guess it's not, you know.
Right. Or they're just so busy, they don't have time to do that.
Mm.
John Ashley says, season 25,000, here we come.
Yep, and Daniel says the Halifax tunnels were believed to have been from the 1860s. Okay, Daniel, that's what I thought, but what did I say? Early 1900s?
I think you said 1800, so that's good.
And Neil, chamber,
Oh.
what are you talking about? I'm talking about the Restall's sleeping quarters.
Cindy lost audio also. Have you got it back now, Cindy?
Okay, well, everything's good here, so
Yeah,
just
same here.
reboot.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah, reboot your computer or whatever you got to do. We're good here. Now here's the sonar showing an L15, approximately 100 feet down. 150 feet is kind of deep, Judy.
It is.
We're talking about it now, Neil. You got good timing. We're talking about the chamber right now. It's got me crazy. I'll be getting crazy in a couple more screenshots. And here's the tip of the swamp. And the beach is very short there, Judy. So when they're looking for a wall or looking for a mound or something that blocked it, that's what they're looking, Judy.
Okay. Wow.
So it's not that big of an area, you know.
It's not, John. They're not going to have a lot of area to work there.
And there's Stefan Grund. I've been in email contact with them, and he'll come on the show and explain all his technology for us, Judy.
Oh, that would be great. I know I'd enjoy that.
Yep. They were there for a whole week. I guess scanning about 100 different things, or I don't know if the scans saw 100 different things. So we'll get it from him when he wants to decide to come on. But obviously, the guys are not going to come on now because they don't know what's going to be shown on the show. They might say the wrong thing. So it's better to ask them, you know, after the season or during the season if it's played out and you're just one guy, you know.
Right. Yes. I think that's the best way to work it. They're more comfortable then.
Yep. And here's how that 3D scanner works. It goes down to 130 feet deep. That's way down.
Wow.
No, he's a new guy, Tammy. He's a this 3D scanner type of deal. New technology. And here's what this 3D scanner showed, that there's something underneath there. You see the lines. And in next week's show, they show it, you know, how deep, how far, and how big. It shows everything.
Okay, good.
So, Tammy, we're showing a scan of what the machine actually shows.
There's no big deal, Tammy. Next week we'll know more.
Yeah. They tease us. They give us the hook. And here's two exact chisels found on the edge of Lot 5 on the boundary line. You know, what are chisels doing there? Well, who the heck knows?
Right, exactly. Wow.
They look the same to me, guys.
Yeah, they do look the same. One's got a little more crust on it than the other one, but they look the same.
Yep. Okay, Johnny's going to start getting crazy a little bit now. Here we go. Steve is showing us this map. You know, every square is 5 feet by 5 feet, right?
Right.
You ready? You see the green lines above my head.
Yes.
That's the solution channel. I guess that is moving water and moving all kinds of slime down there. That's about 170 feet deep. Then we're getting all kinds of hits of this big 27 by 12 foot high cavern. They could be rock drills, Caroline. And Scott said this was a wide open cavity with no obstruction. You got that, guys?
Yes.
Now look at the size of that opening or that cavern. Obviously, if it was man-made, what would we see when they put that camera down, guys? What would we see if that wide open cavity was man-made? Even if it was collapsed on top of each other, would we not see wood?
Yes, we would. Yes, we would.
Judy,
They did say they saw some wood nearby.
I don't think so. In L15, I didn't see any wood
Okay.
in this one particular cavern. I'm not talking about that other one that they saw wood in. This is the L15 now.
Right. Yes. Gotcha.
So you would see some kind of support system. If this cavern's 27 feet long and 12 feet high, that would need all kinds of support systems to hold it up and about. You know what I mean, guys?
Yes, John, it certainly would.
So this is a natural void, a natural cavern. Because that's what I'm saying. Man-made, well, okay, prove me wrong that it's not man-made. I don't see no supports. I don't see no metal down there. I don't see no big 6x6s in this area, even though they drilled 500 holes, yet they never hit a 12-foot void. Let me repeat myself. After drilling 500 holes, not one hole dropped 12 feet. Think about that, guys.
Yeah, you'd think they would hit it at some point.
Say one drill to drop 12 feet. Not alone, you got another 499 drill marks that are in this area. I don't think this is virgin area for their drilling patterns that have been going on for years, guys. So now Johnny's starting getting crazy, you know. Okay, it's 27 feet east to west. That's a long distance, guys. And 12 feet high at about 150 feet deep. Yes, Tammy, over 500 boreholes that Steve knows about. And there it is.
Okay, Daniel says the limestone caverns are usually natural. Acid from rainwater and snow melt, dissolve the limestone over time. It can be small or huge. The only way it would be man-made would have been from mining, in Daniel's opinion.
Right. I don't disagree with you on that. I disagree on how they never hit a 12-foot drop in their borehole program over all these years. That's my question.
Right. You just wonder how that could happen, John.
And here we go. Marty, if you're listening to me, you better get a refund from Eagle Canada, because if they didn't show this 27-foot long by 12-foot high anomaly, there's something wrong here. There is something definitely wrong here. That hole is huge. This is at the C1 and H8 anomaly it's showing right there. And obviously more footage and feetage, if that's a word, to the left and right that did not show a 27-foot by 12-foot high void going that deep, guys. It's got me crazy. It's got me nuts. No drill holes ever dropped 12 feet. Seismic testing, Eagle, Canada. Okay, if it was below bedrock, okay, but this thing's 150 feet deep. Come on, guys. You're driving me crazy. If you can see up on this chart up on top, you'll see the 10X. You see it up there, that first orange dot?
Yes.
Then below that, that dot looks awful close to the garden shack, the garden vault.
Right.
And then below that, it looks like that other dot is where they dug that 20 by 20 foot shaft with the long arm excavator. I didn't have the screenshot, but you remember they showed in a promo that the long arm excavator was digging out a 20 by 20 foot dig there. Remember that, Judy?
Yes, I do remember, John.
So I say, get all your money back from Eagle Canada, because it's not under bedrock, this cavern, or void, or limestone that was naturally carved out with water and ice and freezing and unfreezing. Not freezing, unfreezing, it's too deep to freeze, but I just don't get it. And 500 drill holes that I had that map up where all the drill holes were because of showing you how narrow the Dunfield dig was. What do you guys think?
Right.
Am I losing my mind here? Do I have COVID brain that bad? That
I think you're asking some good questions, John. I do.
That's, say 25 by 10. That's 250 square feet of a cavern.
Mm.
We have no offset chamber, Tammy, yet. What company showed the offset chamber? They did a borehole which dropped into this new 27 by 12 foot cavern, and they stuck a sonar device down there and a camera.
Yeah, Tammy, Marty talks a lot about thinking there should be an offset chamber, but they've never found one.
Right, and I don't think it'd be 150 feet deep. It would be a lot shallower than that.
Right.
And plus,
Daniel says it's a good place to hide things.
Where?
In the cavern they just found.
I know, but how can they not find this cavern through all these boreholes and all these caissons and all this scanning and everything? I got pictures showing they put in, I don't know, 106-inch PVC pipes and put some kind of detectors down each pipe when they found H8 and everything like that. Could it be possible this 27 by 12 foot cavern is completely in virgin soil? That would be their only take. But what I see on Eagle Canada, they detonated every 4 feet all over the place. They didn't leave no stone unturned, especially in the money pit, especially in the swamp. That's what drives me crazy.
Yes, it does seem crazy. It does seem crazy, John. I don't know. I don't have any answers for you. I hope they have some soon.
Obviously, I love maps because I was a surveyor and involved with civil engineering. And I'm pretty sure Steve had to go back and look at the maps also. You got to look at past maps to get your information.
Right. Now, John, Daniel says, I believe they said they never drilled in that area before.
Okay, that answers the drilling part, how they found it. But what about all this seismic testing? All this Eagle Canada information?
Right, because they did do that in that area, didn't they?
Yep. They covered it like butter on bread. But I got to find out and get an exact location of this and put the drill map over this location, even though they didn't say they ever drilled in that area before. That's a pretty big area, you know, guys?
Yes, it is.
So what they're saying, it's the first hole they ever drilled in that area.
Yes, that's what Daniel thinks.
Right. And I'm saying, why didn't previous scanning and research find this huge void? This void's not 5 by 5. It's almost 30 feet long and 12 feet high.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Would have showed up on something. Even that scanner that they were doing, Daniel, on the end of the swamp, it said it goes down to 130 feet. I don't know. These guys are driving me crazy.
Yeah, Daniel does say, I know what you're saying, John. It seems it would have shown up on the imaging.
Right, because look behind the blob that I'm calling it, like last year. I see drill holes behind there. You see them? Towards the end, you see like a little drill that says L511.25. You see that, guys?
Not yet.
Then in the middle, you'll see some squirrely lines. That where they drilled. Not just the L15. I'm looking for other drill holes in this area. And I'll put this to the test and try to find out and get back to you guys. Top, middle.
Okay.
Yup, Scott. You see the little squirrely lines? Inside the yellow blob, I'm looking now. Unbelievable. All right, back to the show. And this is just showing the head and shaft in the old days. They said all their financing went towards this, and it's on halt because of the mining permits that they have to get to go where. We know there's a bigger gold signature here. Why didn't they test for gold in the water in that big cavern that we just was in? I don't know. It should be mandatory now. Scanner, sonar, and test the water for gold, Judy.
Right, John. Automatic.
Automatic. And it was when they first found that cut piece coin on lot 5. When he called it a hammered coin. And we know now, next week, it's dated to 300 BC by the coin expert. That they teased us on the promo. It's on my YouTube channel. Yup, Judy. Neil, very good. And that's where it's showing mostly copper, some tin, arsenic's in there. I sort of just put it on clarify a little bit. That's all I can do with I don't have Photoshop or nothing, Judy. So I just put it on for contrast a little bit more.
Well, I think that's pretty good, John. I never knew before that they cut coins in half at one time.
Yep. Okay, Hook. And this is, I'm saying, basically faded out from the 15th century and onwards. They know the chemicals that weren't used and stuff like that. You know what I mean, guys?
Right.
And then next week, I guess we'll be in the swamp. See if that end of that swamp was dammed up with wood, with oil on it. Is there a mound to block the swamp? That's a good way to see if it was 2 islands or not. What's at the end of that swamp?
Right. I am excited about them looking for a dam at that spot. I can't wait till they find something.
Okay, Joanne, thanks for coming in. But of course, I'll be on the pre-show next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Judy will be with me next Wednesday at 7 p.m. going over the synopsis of Season 10, Episode 9, A Damning Clue. And then after that, Season 10, Episode 10 is called The Blob. Still got me puzzled on that one, Judy.
Me too. I can't even imagine. Unless they're talking about that cavity, I don't know.
I'd like to know who comes up with these things, these titles.
Daniel is saying that he thinks Emma meant that the way they made that coin faded out from the 1500s onward. So it's got to be before that.
Yep. And Carol, the way it's in rows is because of Eagle Canada doing all their explosions every 4 feet. And that's what made the rows look like rows. You know what I mean, guys?
And Scott says, I believe they said there may be something deeper in the eye, maybe.
Yep.
And there could.
Yep. So what did you guys think of yesterday's podcast of The Curse of Oak Island? Not the podcast, the show of The Curse of Oak Island. And like I said, Carol, when they did those little explosions every 4 feet to get the seismic testing, that's what made the rolls. Right, let me get this off of here. Boom, there I am. Well, we made another one, Judy.
Yes, we did, John, and I know you're getting tired. I can hear it.
But we'll just keep it going. You know, and I'm saying now, I put out some information there of if we know what that squirrely looking thing was that they showed us last week. I got questions on that, no answers. And also, you know, got to watch the show quick.
Right. Daniel said he thought the coin was the highlight of last night's show, and I agree.
Oh yeah, well they got it all edited out, and they got something like that. They'll stretch it, you know, a 300 BC coin Roman. So what does that mean? Romans were on the island. Masonry, mason marks with chisels on the edge of lot 5. I don't know. Going 10 years in here, I'm getting more confused now in 2023 than I did 10 years ago.
We got too much data in our heads, John. That's the problem.
You know, and they haven't tied nothing together. Sort of, we're going for gold where the signatures are high. This is about as far as I know what's going on. We got researchers all over the world saying, well, this ship brought this and that ship brought that, or this is not written, is that's not written. Well, we've been hearing that for 250 years.
Right.
So, you know, we want to get on it now, you know what I mean? If you're not going to get it on it now with the information you got on now, you might as well just make the place a tourist attraction and just hunt on different hunt on different parts of the island, and then do different shows. You know what I mean?
Right. Daniel says a lot of chisels indicates a lot of workers. True. And Cindy brought something up. When did the island separate from the mainland?
Well, I don't think
I've never seen a picture of it connected.
I think.
Have you, John?
Once they test the point of the swamp, which they're testing now, get wood testing, soil testing, like Dr. Spooner did. He said, well, 1,200 something the year was.
Yes.
When they made this, 1,208 or something, I don't know. But once they get to that point of the swamp, and they'll be digging it next week, that they'll get wood samples carbon dated and whatever's growing underneath the rocks there and get a date. You know what I mean?
Right. That will help.
But holy moly, lordy 40, can we get the shed on the beach? Can we at least put the Rustall shed that's complete on the beach for me? I got COVID brain guys out there, but can we at least get the shed on? I know I had some words for that. What can I say? The beach shed, or
I hope one of the fellowship will let us know if that's what they plan on doing with it.
at least we can say, guys, we got the shed off of Fred Nolan's property. We rebuilt it. The shed is done. And it's back into the original position on the beach when they used to watch the equipment and sleep. You know what that means, Judy? We accomplished one thing, and it's complete.
Yes, exactly. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, Daniel did say that the island is separated from the mainland around 1400 AD.
Mm.
He knows everything, that guy.
Oh yeah, he's the professor. He knows. I mean, like Scott says, is that too much to ask to put the shed back where it belongs? At least we can say, cross that off the list. Then the other 800 things that are still, what the heck does this mean? How does this tie in? Well, we can go on forever with that. You know what I mean, guys?
We could. Sure seems like it.
So, they watch me. They know me. Let's get the shed so I can go to bed. It's the Rustall's shed. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? With the tar paper around the outside, and they finished the door and everything, so people knows.
That's where the two sons,
Yep.
Bobby Jr. and Rick, slept.
Yep.
Oh, Daniel said he will post a picture of the separation process.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And of course, they didn't have no causeway, so they had to watch all their equipment in case somebody floated in on a barge and took their equipment off. You know, Judy?
Right. And anything's possible. Obviously, we've learned that.
Yep. I don't know, Henry. Maybe they'll make another nest on top, but there's nothing there now. The crane's gone. Everything's gone. That last picture, everything's gone. Doom is mining. We can't see underground. So I think, season 11 to be continued. Just too many things going. We're already in season 10, number 8 already. We're in January. What do you think, Judy?
Yeah, I agree, John. I think there will be more for them to do this coming spring, summer, and fall.
Right. You got January, February, March. They start in March. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
So hang on, guys. Hang on. Like I said, I'm all positive for the guys, me and my crew and everybody on the channel mostly. We support you 1,000%, but you're killing us.
If we could only know what they know.
Yeah, let's get something done. So this year I'm praying that they put the shed back on the beach. That's all I'm saying.
But we'll have to celebrate, John, when that happens, okay?
Yep, I'll have a drink online no matter what. If I see the shed going to the beach, then that's all I'm asking for. Yep, they're waiting for the permits. But they didn't know because they said it was just going to be a rehab of a shaft that was already there. But then the mining safety committees, like before, when Rick's going down the bucket in the hole, there's so many OSHA safety things in the United States. We don't know what Canada has, for a safety operation thing. So they learn as they go, and we watch as they go, and we learn as they go. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right, exactly. I don't think it's a big difference, but certainly a little bit.
Yep. I also asked the higher ups, did you receive on January 11th, 2023, any information from the Holy Bouillon? I have not gotten a reply yet.
Okay.
So when I get all that information, you guys will be the first to know. But there's got to be some kind of incoming something in January of 2023. You know what I mean, guys?
Right, for sure.
All right, Judy. Well, if you want to say your goodbyes, I'll get my goodbyes in there. We'll see them next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Synopsis. We'll see them next Tuesday pre-show. And in between, if I got something to show, watch the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, do what you got to do. Judy, it's all yours.
Thank you, John. Hey, everybody. It's been fun tonight. I've enjoyed it. And I think we've learned something, and I am excited about that dam, I have to admit. John, make sure you rest this week, please. And everybody else, stay safe, please. And good night.
Thank you, Judy.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, guys. I'm shot. But members, remember, what do I always say? Always go forward. You may get a setback in your life, but just believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams, no matter how old you are. For tomorrows are never given. In this crazy world we live in, crazier by the second. This world needs a lot of prayers and a lot of hope. I'm glad I grew up when I did. So as my friend Jan says, try to be kind. And you keep on smiling. Because other people have bigger problems than you. And I agree with them statements. You never know what another person's going through. So you keep on smiling. You stay strong. You stay positive. And you stay safe as much as you can, because this COVID and this flu and this respiratory, if it got to me, it can get to anybody. Thank you for joining me and Judy. We'll see you Tuesday pre-show at 7 o'clock. We'll see you Wednesday at 7 o'clock with Judy on the podcast side. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you. Take care. And bye-bye.